Weird people are watching me through the window and I look like I'm about to die. Good morning! Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm super excited because it's busy raining outside. I really like rain, but then again it's like I had to wake up like at 6 on a Saturday morning. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I am excited to be filming this video. I am currently at Smudge Makeup Academy. This is where I advise people on how to do makeup. I love this place. This is where I studied back in 2014 and 15. It's been a while. It's been a while. Okay, so I'm gonna start. I saw a picture on, or I actually asked on my Instagram that people would give me ideas of things to film, and this was not one of the ideas because literally 2 people replied. Thank you. Thank you. But this is just a photo I saw scrolling. Forgot to take a screenshot obviously, so I'm just gonna kind of wing it and put it out there, see if it works. If it doesn't, you'll never see this video. But if you do, it means it worked. But I'm gonna try and make it work. So you're gonna need a few things. I'm gonna start with that first. So a towel that you are okay with having it get dirty or having it get like fake blood on, because you don't want to get it on your clothes. Your mom's not going to be really happy with you. Okay, so I'm going to put the towel on my lap, and then for the actual products, you are going to need baby powder, concealer in your shade. I'm using the Cover FX Power Play Concealer, and then the 3 main things that you're going to be using is Specially Fix Wax. Excuse the way mine looks. It's a mess, but wax looks like that. Injury Wheel, mine's from Kryola. Both of mine are from Kryola. Don't know if it's pronounced Kryola or Kryola. Either or. Yes. We'll also need 2 little ice cream sticks, popsicle sticks, I think. Romai stocky. Also need at least 3 brushes, so a fluffy-ish brush. I'm just going to use a fan brush, foundation brush, and then a little tiny art brush. Once again, you could buy these at any art store. Start. Also, have a mirror present so that you can look at what you're doing. I don't want to keep looking at the little screen because then I look like I'm going like this. Okay, so I'm just going to use this. Okay, so the thing with wax is it gets warmer the more you use it. So if you're going to end up playing with it too much, you're going to end up having it stick to your hands and just everywhere. So it's not going to do what you wanted to do. So you kind of want to avoid working with your hands if you're not knowing what you're doing. So as soon as you know what you're doing, then you can start working with your hands, because it's going to get soft and it's going to be easier to like smudge into the skin. But up until the point where you know what you're doing, try and avoid touching it too much. Scooping out a good amount. So I kind of know what I'm doing, so I'm gonna go and work with my fingers as soon as I get this out. Don't try and scratch this out with your nails. It's gonna ruin your... Okay, it's gonna ruin my nails. I got new nails. This is my birthday nails from now. Okay, so I've got this little ball, and I'm just gonna make a little worm, like roll it in the palm of my hand. So that's the way it looks. It doesn't have to be too thick. It could like be like the size of a Q-tip / earbud. And I'm gonna put it in the center of my forehead. Oh, see, it got too warm. Okay, retake. I'm gonna put it in the center of my forehead, and I'm gonna smudge the ends to my forehead. Oh, this is gonna fall. I can feel it. It got too warm because I'm gonna use the back of my Romai stockie, and I'm just gonna smudge it upwards. Can you see I'm like pressing half of the little worm thing into my skin? Remember when I said like if you warm it up, it melts, like kind of melts. So I'm just gonna kind of like melt that edge into my skin so that it takes away like the obvious line. In a little, already in like a little worm. Excuse. Bless you, thank you. Okay, and keep scraping it out. It's making like this little worm. So I might as well continue because that's going to actually help me when I'm trying to apply this wax to my face. So I'm going to try and avoid touching it too much. Just kind of pressing it into a little wimpy worm shape. Struggling to keep the wax from getting too warm. Having a little bowl with iced water or really cold water is gonna help, because you could actually just like dip your fingers in it to keep the wax from sticking to everything like it is sticking to me. Okay, I'm gonna place this slightly underneath, once again going in with the sides and smearing it. Thank you. I'm kidding, it's actually a mess. There's people walking. Use the edge, just smush it in. If you're pulling downwards, I'd be slightly more careful, because you might just pull off everything you just like took so long to place. It's kind of nice that it has a little bump, because it's going to add some texture. So I'm done with this little thing now, because it's sticking to everything. Gooi dit net daar een kant. Maak je wax. Wax fine. I think I'm going to add a little bit of baby powder to my hands just to get the stick to go away. Washing your hands with water won't help, because wax obviously has a wax consistency, so it's just going to run off your hands. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my other little stick. I'm just going to try and smooth out these edges. Fluffy brush, dip it in the powder, and just kind of set my forehead. Just adding some powder over it's gonna help it not be as sticky when you're working over it, especially if you're gonna be working with another brush. So just set it with a little bit of powder. Then I'm also gonna take a little bit of foundation on the back of my hand, literally just a dot. And then I'm going to dip it in foundation brush, and I'm just going to run it along. I'm going to kind of use tapping motions. I would just do this on the areas that have the biggest difference. I'm quite fair, so this is not making, like the special effects, like the wax is not making a really big difference on my skin. Likes most. So this is where you start coloring in the wound. Okay, so I'm going to be using the injury wheel. You can see you've got your blue, yellow, dark purple and red. A wheel is going to allow you to create any injury, cut, bruise or wound. It's really nice. I think it's about 300 Rand, but I have one at home and it's lasted me about 2 years now. Red first. I'm just using the end of the brush. This is a very small brush. So with the red, I'm going to run it along the outside. So this is basically where the skin popped or burst or whatever kind of wound you're doing. It's basically the form of the entry. You can like fluff off the brush a bit and run a little bit of this red on the outside, so it starts transferring to the outside of the skin. It all depends on what kind of wound you're doing, how old it is, and how it was inflicted, and then how deep. The deeper the wound, the darker this area is going to be. So I'm going to move to my purple so I can create some depth. So the purple goes all the way on the inside. I wouldn't use black. Black is a very dead color. It's not going to give you the same effect as like a flesh wound. I'm going to use my little thin brush And I'm going to pick up clots at a time. And I'm just going to pack it into the wound. It's called And It Will Stain Your Face. Just telling you. The area inside is now squishy. I love what I do. This is so fun. So while I sipped away, quickly gave myself some brows, mascara, and just a light color on the lip. I'm going to make this slightly more gory by just adding some color around the wound. So I'm just using a little brush. Back to my color wheel, I am going to be using a little bit of yellow, like the slightest bit of yellow, just around the edge, just in like a little tapping motion, to start giving the skin like a slight more of a discoloration. It's also going to help you blend in that little line or anything that is showing too much. Latex sponge, like a little square. I usually cut mine up in pieces so you can use it longer. And just kind of blend it with a little sponge, or take away that like the stippling of the brush of the red. I'm just gonna dab off some of the color on the back of my hand, and then I'm gonna go and just like lightly start dabbing on the outer edge so I can start the discoloration without it being too much. Add in spongy. We're gonna dab, 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 dab. It's like using a beauty blender. You just dab it away. Just dab it away. Just dab. So I'm gonna start adding a little bit of blue, just in some areas. It's always nice to like pull up real images from like Google or Wikipedia to have like a point of reference, because you can get some pretty nasty bruises. And then I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna dab, 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 dab. Some more color to this area. So I have something to blend it towards. And then with that, I'm gonna add a little bit more red. And then again, just kind of breaking up the shape. Having a brush that has like a stippling motion is nice, because it's going to give you those little dots so that the skin doesn't look too even. What am I doing? Hou het mooi vast, Melissa. I think I'm good at talking videos because I'm good at talking to myself, always. Yeah. I think I'm done using the color wheel now. I'm gonna go get my towel again because we're going to be working with the liquid dripping blood now. Okay, be sure that you have your clothing covered or everything covered that you don't want to accidentally mess up. Make sense? Make sense. So I'm going to be using blood from Creative Glamour. They have some really nice special effects products as well. Okay, so first off, before you start having the blood drip all over your face, you're going to have to decide where you want the blood to be going. So the blood's going to go exactly where you want it to go, because you're going to be guiding it. So you need to decide. So it's usually, like, this is my lowest point at the moment, so it's most likely going to be dripping down here. Or if you're going to be tilting your head to the side, you can always have it running down there. Or if you want to, you can have it dripping down the middle. Whichever you prefer. I'm just going to, so it's really runny. I'm just going to add a little bit of it in the middle to give it that shiny look, because the clotted blood does dry out. And then I'm going to be filling in the gaps on the inside first, all the way to the edge, and then picking up some more blood. That was scary. Okay, I'll just like maneuver it into the wound. Earlier I had this little piece break. I think I am gonna just break. Okay, so the blood is running down the brush. So I think I'm gonna have it break here. I'm just like pushing through the wax. It won't break off. And then I am gonna drip some of the blood into that area, and hopefully if I drip enough blood, it's just gonna start running by itself. Oh yeah. Oh. Oops. Okay, it fell on the mirror. Nice catch, mirror. Oh no, it went on my clothing. That is exactly why I said, do as I say and not as I do, because now we have a mess and it just dripped again. But I can't see where it's dripping. It's probably like dripping through my clothes, and I'm gonna drip. It was not my idea to have it like drip by itself from the beginning, but let's do this. So I'm just gonna kind of like guide the blood, like you would guide like a little droplet on a window when it's raining. All cute and stuff. Yeah, like that. So before the blood runs in my eye, this is everything for my special effects cut look with wax. I hope it did not disappoint. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really do appreciate. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think about this look, and if you would like me to do more special effect tutorials, especially things that are slightly more informative and explaining how to do something, what to use, and then how to use the products. Itself. Let me know what you think about it, and remember to please like the video and also subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate that. I hope you guys have a lovely day. Stay safe and don't play with knives, I guess. Have a good day. God bless.